How many AP classes should you take? How many is too many? How many should you take to get into this college? Rate my schedule. I hear students asking me this question all the time, and in this video, I'm gonna give you the exact number you need to get into the college of your dreams, which is 6. Just kidding, I totally made that up. But in this video, I am gonna give you a short answer and a long answer for how many AP courses you should take during your high school career and in 1 year. The short answer, which I know frustrates a lot of students when I talk to them about this, is as many as you're comfortable with. And the long answer is, well, I'm gonna take the rest of this video to explain the long answer. And stay tuned for the number one thing you should consider when you are deciding on your school schedule for the coming year. The very first thing you're going to think about, and something that you'll probably hear from a lot of teachers and counselors and parents, is to consider why you're taking these classes. You want to make sure you consider all of the factors of your student life. So the workload you already have, any outside of school activities, your stress levels, your mental health, your motivation. Who are you taking this for? For you, for your interests, for your parents, for colleges, for your friends who are in those classes too? But I know that's not the answer a lot of students want to hear. A lot of you just want to know the number that top colleges are looking to see in their applications. And the reality is, applicants to top colleges usually have a fair amount of AP classes under their belt, even though some colleges are pulling away from accepting more and more AP credits these days. And again, this is just for students who have APs available at their school. If you don't have that many or any at all, that's key, and we'll talk about that later. College admissions officers do care about AP classes, but they actually care more about how well you do in the class than your AP scores you're getting on those exams that come after you take the AP class. If you pour blood, sweat, and tears into studying for an exam, get a 4 or a 5, but then end up getting a C in the course, it may not actually be worth it, and that doesn't look so great. So whatever your choice is for the number of AP classes you're taking, you want to make sure you're taking ones that you can do well, not only on the exam, but also in the class. So let's talk about how many students actually take in certain colleges. I took a look at the class profile for the most recently accepted class to UNC Chapel Hill, which is where I graduated from, and in that incoming class, 62% of UNC Chapel Hill's incoming students submitted either AP or IB, International Baccalaureate scores. Of that 62%, there were on average 6.6 AP scores submitted per student, and 83% of those scores demonstrated subject level mastery, which is scoring a 3, 4, or 5 on the AP exam. Now, keep in mind this is just an average, and it doesn't take into account scores that weren't submitted or students who took the courses and didn't take the exams. These are AP classes that were taken over the course of a student's entire high school career, not just in 1 year. So please don't go sign up for 6 AP classes next year just because I said that number. And what does this actually mean? It means that a majority of students who were accepted to UNC Chapel Hill last year showed passing AP test scores on their applications. Now, if you want to know a secret, way back in time when I applied to UNC Chapel Hill as an out-of-state student, I had 5 AP classes that I had already taken with passing scores, and then another 4 AP classes that I was enrolled in my senior year. If you look into class profiles of other top-tier universities, one source I found said admitted Harvard students averaged 8 to 12 AP classes. So keep in mind, this is total, not in 1 year. Man, there are some intense people out there. Please don't get intimidated by the students who brag about taking 7 AP classes or 8 AP classes in 1 year and put all of their study secrets on YouTube. The most important thing to get out of these numbers is that you want to be taking a high percentage of AP classes for the ones that are at your school if you're interested in getting into a top-tier university. If your school offers only 3 or 4 AP exams and you take all of those, you're off to a great start. If your school offers a ton more AP exams but you don't take any of them, that does look like you're challenging yourself a little less than other students at your school. But you really have to assess this for yourself, and if you're better off doing really well and getting an A in a non-AP class, shining in your extracurriculars, and being overall happier in life, go for that. Don't take the AP classes just to have it on your transcript. You also want to keep in mind when you're signing up for these courses, for the ones that you plan on taking the exams for, and some schools make you sit for the exam because they're paying for it, these are 3-hour tests at a minimum, and there is a strict schedule for when these tests are taken at the end of the school year. You can look online. The College Board usually publishes their test calendar over a year in advance for the following school year. So if you want to see which exams are taken on which days, that may be something you want to take into account. For example, the United States Government and Politics exam is taken in the morning, and then the AP Chemistry exam is taken the same day in the afternoon. If you're taking both of those courses next year, you should probably be aware of the fact that you're going to be sitting in a room taking a test for the majority of the day on that day in the future. All right, the next major thing you want to consider when you're thinking about the number of AP classes you should take in 1 year is the amount of out-of-class work that you will be responsible for. Because these are college level courses, there usually is a large amount of outside of class work that is required of you, not just reading, but sometimes practice problems, homework, take-home tests, essays, you name it. It really depends on the teacher. There probably will be a significant amount for every single AP class you take. There's the old formula that says for every 1 hour you sit in a college course, you should expect to spend 3 hours outside of class preparing for that. Now, this isn't true for every course, but let's just do the math here really quick. If you attend class for 3 hours a week, that means, according to that formula, that there's 9 hours of work that you should be doing outside of class. If you're taking 3 of those classes, then that's already adding up to 27 hours of outside of class work per week. Now, is every AP class going to be this much work outside of class? No. But you do want to ask around and find out what kind of work teachers are assigning in each of the AP classes at your school before you sign up for as many as possible. You also want to ask about rigor. In general, how hard are the tests that the teacher is giving? How much work are you going to have to put in as far as projects and papers and reading goes? And here it is. The number one thing that you probably want to consider before you sign up for AP classes is your reading speed. Because yes, in AP classes, no matter if it's science or history or English, there usually is a lot of reading that goes with it. If you are a slow reader, this is going to put you at a disadvantage because there is a large amount of reading in these college level courses. Faster readers and readers who comprehend well by reading something one time and not going back to it are going to be a little bit more successful and need to spend less time on their outside of class work. A lot of students don't think about this when they sign up for AP classes, and I have seen students who are slow readers struggle a lot because of just the time it takes to get that reading done and get it done effectively. But I don't want this to discourage you from taking AP classes if you do consider yourself a slow reader. There are ways to increase your reading speed. I actually have videos on that if you're interested in it. And it does get better with practice. But if you're considering jumping into 3 or 4 or 5 APs all at once and you've never taken an AP class before, you do want to make sure that you can keep up with the college level reading amount and comprehension that you're going to have to be responsible for. So yes, the number of APs you should take is different for every person and their situation, but I hope this video has given you some things to consider when you're signing up for your AP classes. Good luck as you're starting your school year. Let me know what questions you have about taking AP classes in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.